Hi everyone, so I would like to discuss something very important with all of you, and this is quite a big factor surrounding weight loss and fat loss and staying on track and staying on these silly wagons that we see every day that people talk about. But anyway, and the reason or the thing that I'm going to talk about is basically why I can be good for a while and then have one bad weekend and can't seem to get back on it again. Okay, so we all refer to getting back on the wagon and eating well again, but most of us seem to be good for a long time, and then all of a sudden, once we're off, and that's it. You just basically all hell breaks loose, and you can't do it again, and you can't manage, and just life is just now all of a sudden it's just completely ruined. Okay, and what's the reason for this? So one of the main reasons is basically your old eating habits are still 100% part of you. This is a huge thing, and you have to remember that you don't just change your ways overnight. There can be a big part of you that would like to change, and mentally you can be like, yes, I'm in the right place, I'm in the right frame of mind, I'm going to do this. But remember, even if you're 20 years old and you've been eating a certain way, let's say for 15 years or 16 years of your life, and you're struggling with your body fat and you can't seem to reduce it, that's a big part of your life. It's a big part of your mental setup. So your mind will be very much still focused on sugary stuff, if that's what you've had, all these sugary drinks, the food, the donuts, everything like that. And even if you haven't been that bad, if you've been eating loads of pastas and breads and things like that, it's not just going to fade away. Now if you're 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, you've done it for so much longer. So it's going to be quite a big thing that you need to deal with. Is it going to be hard? It will be tough. Is it impossible? It's not impossible at all. The thing is, if you eat good, nice quality food, then it's easier to do this type of thing, and that's what we do. On the JQ plan, for instance, we basically eat really good quality nutritious meals, things that are tasty, not diet food. We don't diet. But still, even with all of that said, people still can struggle. And I'm not going to lie, there's nobody that just steps onto a plan and go, oh, this is amazing, everything's just great, and I'm just good to go, and from day one till the end, they're absolutely perfect. It never happens. No plan is like that, because it's something slightly different than what you've been doing. So even if you've eaten that way your whole life, you go to a party, somebody gives you a cake, the chances are pretty good that you might have a slice of that cake. And then all of a sudden, oh, it's just too bad, you've just fallen off the wagon again, these silly little wagons, but you can't get back on again. And that's the reason why. It's because you are still in your old habits. It's not just going to change overnight. So what you need to do is make the new way of eating a habit. You've got to maintain basically a good eating plan, or stay on a good eating plan as long as you possibly can. Don't hop in and out of it. Every time you do that, you bring back the old habits. That's what happens. They come back again. They come flooding back again. Okay, now you go away for the weekend, you've had a few drinks, you've had some pizzas and stuff like that. So what do? Are you just going to give up? Most people do, and that's very unfortunate, because they go, I failed, I can't do it anymore. And that is just how the mindset seems to be surrounding people, which is terrible. It's an absolutely horrendous mindset, and you need to start getting rid of that. Because if you always think like that, how are you ever going to achieve anything? It's impossible. You're never going to achieve anything. So you need to start changing your old habits by bringing in new, good food, cooking from scratch. Make that the new habit. If you could have done the one thing, you can do the other thing as well. You can. It will just take a bit of time. So that's one of the reasons why sometimes you fall off, you can't seem to get back on again, because you trigger those old memories. They come back and you're literally like sweating bucket loads, because all of a sudden it feels like eating well after that. It's just impossible in 2 days. Like literally 2 days can completely change it. Okay, so that's the number one thing. Then the second thing on there is addicted to sugar from years of having it. And there you go. You're addicted to this stuff. Oh, I'm not addicted. Yes, you are, because you can't leave it alone. I'm not addicted. Yes, you are. I'll repeat that again. You are addicted to it. Most people on this planet is addicted to sugar, or are addicted to sugar. It's so in them that they can't let go. It's almost like, I've said it in my videos before, it's like a teddy bear. You literally just go, I can't. And they hold on for dear life. And you think, nothing's going to happen to you. But it's your brain. Your brain will tell you, what I've had, you're going to let it go, it's going to hurt me, it's like this war zone in your head going on and on and on. And that's what sugar addiction does. Sugar addiction is really strong. If you think you're just gonna stop drinking all these fizzy drinks, like for instance all the stuff that you know anyway, it's not just going to go away. You're gonna have to basically start drinking a little bit more water, start coming up with other drinks that you can have, things that are a little bit more healthy, and just gradually keep going with it, keep going until you kind of make that not part of you anymore. Until after a while you think, well, actually I don't really crave that anymore. Then you know it's getting there. But don't get me wrong, that can also change within one weekend. That can go back again. Once you've tasted it, you're like, oh no, and bang, you're back on it again. So it's better to sometimes just cut it out or wean yourself off, which I don't know if it's always the best way of doing it, but try and stick with water and your teas and your coffees and things like that if you really have to. And just mentally be a little bit stronger as well. Kind of try and bite the bullet for a while. Okay, and then another one is your why or your reason you're doing it. Why are you doing it? Why did you want to lose weight in the first place? Why did you want to reduce your body fat? I don't like the word weight loss, but why did you want to reduce your body fat and get healthier? Why did you need to do it? Why do you have to do it? What is the reason for it? That's what you need to do. If you don't have a reason, oh, I just want to look alright on the beach, well, that's a weak reason. It's just terrible, because you can look good all your life. Why do you just want to look good for that 1 week and then you come back and you look the same as what you did before? Well, it's not really a great kind of result, is it though? It's not really something to be proud about. So you have to find certain reasons. Well, I've got bad health, I've got fatty liver disease, I've basically might have had cancer before, I might have had type 2 diabetes before, I have type 1 diabetes, all these things. I've got arthritis, osteoporosis, all these things that are causing you problems. Those are big reasons. So maybe you can use one of them and say, well, I don't want to be unwell again, I would like to be better. So then you need to start eating better. I don't sleep well, I snore all the time. Well, start eating better, that will also help you. You eat sugar all day long, you'll snore until the day you pass out. So you have to find a reason. I'm getting married. You watch, especially the women, when they have to get married, or they're going to get married, they will literally, I think, just sniff food just to get a bit of basically what I want to say, just to kind of get a bit of a feeling for having that chocolate, but they won't eat it. They will not eat it, because you're getting married, you'll stick to it. And that's the time that people really stick to things, because there's a real reason for it. There's a real why do you need to do this. So you need to find other things in your life as well. What's the other reasons? Why? Is there something else? Basically, I want to do it so that I can teach my children how to eat better. I want to do it because I just want to be healthier. I want to be leaner. I want to look better. All these things. Find the why, the reason why you want to do it. That's very important. If you forget that, how are you ever going to focus? What are you focusing on? You don't go to university and they say, oh, well, you want to be a vet, or you want to be a dentist, or something like that. There's a good reason why you want to become that. There will be a reason. Some people will say, well, I didn't really have to. I just thought basically maybe plenty of money. So there are reasons why people want to do this. And if the reason is strong enough, they'll do it. They'll go all the way and they will become a dentist or a vet or a lawyer or somebody like that. Or if you want to build a company, if there's a real reason why, if maybe you were really poor and deprived back in the day and you want to get back into it again, or you want to be that person, if the why is strong enough, you'll get there. You're definitely going to get there. You see so many people do these things every day. But you've got to find that why is that important, because that will kind of keep you in check every time you mess up. Okay, and then the other thing is wanting quick results. Quick results, not seeing it as a lifestyle change. Well, welcome to the world, people. The world of I want everything fast, and we've become not lazy. I'm not going to say lazy, because being overweight, there's a lot of mental things that go with that as well. They say that there can be mental issues. People really struggle. They just don't know what to do. And remember, it's going to create serious problems. If you don't know what to do and you've been eating loads of sugar all your life, it's going to have an effect on your mind. So it can cause serious problems. You will not know the way out anymore. But that is a big deal, basically, the quick results. You watch people basically buy into adverts and things like that, where they're going to lose weight like this. And you think, honestly, how can you fall for that? How can you think that, I've said it so many times, these things that they put on their ass, basically where they electrocute and shock them and send the pulses through their body. Do you honestly think that's going to give you a six-pack? Do you? Really? So when you've got loads of fat sitting in your stomach, you think that's going to give you a six-pack? I don't know where we've gone wrong with this, but honestly, if you still don't know that, you really have to try and educate yourself a little bit more about what actually creates those things. So people do fall into these things. Oh, I need a tablet, I need an injection, I need this, I need that, I'm just going to go with it, and I'll be absolutely fine. No, you won't. You might lose water weight for about 4 to 5 days, and then you're back on it again, and you're straight back to where you were. But you spend a lot of money on it. Stop looking for the quick fix. Stop looking for it. It needs to be a life-changing thing. Eating well is what we're supposed to do. You're supposed to eat well. You're not supposed to eat well every 7 days. You're supposed to eat well 90% plus of the time, and then have the odd occasion where you have something bad. The world is a bit messed up because things have changed around. Oh no, where's my cheat day? You've cheated all your life. You've literally cheated on food all your life. From day one. You've eaten bad stuff. Stop looking for the off days. You need to start eating better food. That is crucial. You need to start putting it in your life so that you can have a healthier life. How do you think it's going to happen? How do you actually honestly think that people get good bodies? Do you think because I say maybe I have a bit of muscle, this just come? You should go back on my Facebook. Go and have a look at what I used to look like. I had to work hard for what I've got. And I've got to keep on working hard to maintain what I've got. Oh yeah, so I've got to do this for the rest of my life. Well, what did you think? You honestly thought that you eat trash and you're going to have a good body. I'm really sorry, but this is a real newsflash for you today. It doesn't work like that. It's something that needs to be done all the time. And it's very important that you remember that. So make it part of your life. Good food needs to be part of your life. Eating pizzas and eating takeaways all the time is not the way to do it. Doesn't matter how much you want to argue it, it isn't the way we should be eating. We created that stuff and it's caused us serious health issues and serious problems in our waistlines. Okay, and now we can't get rid of it. Now the next pointer is you're not conscious about it. And this I find a lot with people. And the reason why I'll say you're not conscious about it is because you forget. So you go out and you're like, I'm just going to do whatever. And then bang, you're straight on it. You drink loads, you eat loads of trash. And then afterwards, you just basically the Monday morning, you're like, oh, I can't do it anymore. I just don't know what to do. Like that's your reaction to it all. That is your main reaction. It's because you forgot. It's not really in your mind. If you walk to a bit of fire or there's coals on the floor, you'll know, because you're conscious of it, that it's going to burn. It will burn your feet and it will really burn you. So what do? You back off, you go, oh no, I'll walk around it, okay? The same with food. You need to be conscious about these things. When you open a fridge and there's basically the Kit Kat going there, hello, like that, hello, like calling your name out, you need to be like, no, if I eat that, I know I'm basically going to raise my insulin levels, I'm going to store fat immediately. And it's going to probably stop my results for a few days. It's full of chemicals and stuff like that. It's not very good for you. So yeah, I'll probably push that to the side. If you have that every now and again, is it going to hurt? No, it won't. It won't, because it's so little and often that you have it and it's fine. But it's the consistent use of things like chocolates and stuff like that is causing the problem. So you need to be conscious about these things. If you go into your fridge and there's vegetables and you think, oh, if I eat a bit of a vegetable salad now with a tiny bit of meat or fish or whatever you enjoy, oh, that's going to make me feel really good, because afterwards I'll feel really good about myself. How many times have you gone to a restaurant where you ate trash and then afterwards you go, why did I do that? Why did I do that? What caused that? It's because of this. You're not thinking about it. You can stop yourself. If you know something's dangerous or something's wrong, you have the choice. You, nobody else. You've got the choice. You've got to make the choice, and then it will change. You've got to be conscious of these things. Keep it in your mind. Write it down on your forehead. Write it down somewhere where you can see it as well, so that you know, okay? And then the last bit is basically think you failed when you had one bad day, just get straight back on the next day. So you had 1 or 2 bad days. Now you failed. It's all done. This game over. Well, you might live for another 50, 60, 70 years. What's wrong? Where have you gone so wrong? Even if you had a short little time where things went wrong, you've not failed at all. All you need to do is just continue eating well again. You're not going to always be perfect, because we have friends, we have family. We've got people pushing things on us going, oh, well, you're so boring, you don't want to have the beer with me or this and that. Oh, drink the beer with them and get it over and done with if you have to. Just to soothe their whatever it is, their emotions. Just have it, okay? Next day, drink a bit of water, flush it out of your system, and there you go on again. As long as you don't go overboard. That's the way to do it. You have not failed. It shows you, and again, I will say this very clearly today, it shows you how some organizations and things have messed up people's minds when it comes to how you need to eat. You need to stick to it. You need to stick to the plan. Who sticks to a plan? Come on, show me. You've got professional athletes that stick to a plan for a few months before the Olympics or whatever. They normally eat pretty good, and then they go, and they have maybe a few bad things. They go out with a friend, they have a cake to celebrate a birthday. So you're not perfect on it. You were not perfect on it. So you're going to have those days. So please, if you have a bad day, move on from it. Just eat as normal again. You just go and you have your salads and you have your good healthy first meal of the day and your good healthy second meal and your third meal of the day. Stop snacking so much, because snacking increases hunger, stores more fat. Gotta eat more to burn more. We are the food organization that sells you loads and loads of food. Make us money. That's what they do. That's what they say. Buy more, eat more, you lose more. Wow, why is the world so overweight? Yeah, great message. Well done, boys. So yeah, there's those things as well. Eat 3 solid meals a day and you'll be absolutely fine. So if you follow this advice and this whole silly mindset of, yeah, basically after the weekend I don't know what to do now, it's all gone, I can't get back in it again. It's going to happen. It's gonna happen. You're not gonna just change. You basically took on the plan for a reason, because you couldn't get rid of that. Now you need to try it. Now you need to keep going with it. And it will change. I guarantee you. Give it time. Please give it time. Don't just want to see it all happen by tomorrow. It needs to be a long-term thing. Start eating right and keep going with it, and you will eventually get there. But people are throwing the towel all the time. I'm sorry, I always stand on the other side. We always refer to it as the road. They always stand on the other side. We always go, all right, how's things going? Still up and down with that weight loss? Yeah, we can see that, yeah. And that's how it goes. They never step over the line. They never stay on this side, because the poor old willpower sometimes also just gives in, and people just don't want to try sometimes. You can give them all the facts, everything, and they go, yeah, I don't know, I just don't want to do it. That's what they do. And you're like, really? Come on, get your act together. Start eating right. So come on, you can do this. Don't let things like this mess you up. This should be a good enough pointer to keep you on track, to make you realize what's important and what is rubbish. What's been sold to you is bad lies, and what is the real truth about how to eat and to maintain a good healthy relationship with food. Okay, you can do this, you can turn it around. It takes time, people, it takes time. You just need to work on it. So I hope this message helps, and all the best with it. And